How far should the Mets be willing to go to land Soto?
Yeah, I think Soto's special, man. You saw a special occurrence last year in the offseason where they didn't have that flexibility, and they went hard after Yamamoto because he is that young guy coming into free agency that they think is going to get better. I think the same thing about Juan Soto. This is a generational talent with the bat. This guy is on a Hall of Fame trajectory. I feel like it's almost inevitable, barring injury, that this guy he's going to get to the Hall of Fame. I also feel like his style of baseball is going to age well. I think his approach at the plate will play well in a longer contract. I think they should do whatever they can to sign him. This is the kind of guy you back a Brinks truck for. It's not, a swing and miss at a pitcher. This is as close as you're going to get ever to a surefire player of his caliber.
I love the way you say that, Jerry. If there's ever an investment worth making, Brian Cashman was told this before he traded for Juan Soto, and they said this is as sure a bet as you can make. And look what happened. He's proven in New York. He's proven in the postseason. He's young. He's in his prime. It is the perfect fit. Todd, is there anything that you're looking to hear in these meetings aside from how much cash if you're Juan Soto?
I don't know. It's a good question because he knows what it's like to play for the Yankees now. He knows what it's like. He's won a World Series before. He's obviously a guy that wants to be there as much as he can. He performs well on the biggest stages. So is there anything else that he's going to want, that's going to be a tipper for him? Maybe people that he knows inside the game that you and I wouldn't know those kind of conversations. I know, back when I was playing, there was guys that were players on a certain team that would influence guys to come there if they weren't, if all things were equal. And maybe it's, hey, some of the things that are a little different about the Mets organization internally are a little different about Citi Field comparatively to the things that he might not realize. But for all intents and purposes, it sounds like whoever's going to back up the biggest truck, he wants to be the highest paid player. I think it's a little bit of a different kind of animal when you sign a guy like this for $700. With Shohei, you knew you were going to get the international market, and that was going to be able to pay back a lot of that contract right out of the gate. It's a little bit of a different animal with Soto. So for him, I think he wants to be the highest paid player. It may be whoever's willing to go over that 700 mark.
And you would think that almost every Mets and Yankees fan would want Juan Soto on their team, right? Well, not so fast. Jerry Seinfeld checked in last night with my pal Chris McMonagle on WFAN and gave his thoughts on Soto, saying he's not sure he wants the Mets to sign Soto because next season wouldn't be as fun. Now, I understand what Jerry's trying to say here. It's been almost 40 years, though, since the Mets have won a World Series. Last year was fun, but winning a World Series will be a lot more fun, and Juan Soto is by far the best player available and would give the Mets a chance to win the World Series next year immediately. I'd rather have the World Series or bust, going into the season, Keith, more so than lower the expectations and overpromise. It was a fun year, but wouldn't you rather have the team trying to win a World Series even if they do fall short by getting the best players?
Absolutely, and Jerry Seinfeld is a comedian. He knows a thing or two about headlines. He's also my favorite comedian and my role model, and I don't want to go too far on this, but I love you, Jerry. I know you've probably heard me on the radio, and that scares the heck out of me. But, if you're a comedian and you see, well, nobody's on the bill tonight, then, hey, Jerry Seinfeld's going to take over the lead. All of a sudden, that bill gets better. The expectations are higher. Everybody is happy. I think you can't have last year without the fact that the expectations were low. You got the magic. You're going to have expectations now. You have Steve Cohen. You have David Stearns, NLCS in year one. It's going to be fun, but the pressure, just like when Jerry would be headlining, is on.
Great analogy.